Hey, fellow XRP holder, how are you doing? We're going to talk about some big things that are going to be happening this week in crypto that are going to impact your XRP, impact any and all other major altcoins, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, you name it. We are definitely talking mostly about XRP this week and the factors, XRP right now and the factors going to impact it this week. You know what I meant. Okay, so from an XRP news standpoint, we're going to be talking about a lot here. Okay, so let's jump into the XRP news. All right, so we've got XRP right now at $1.05%. Excuse me, I cannot talk. 1% up, $2.30. If it was at $1.05, you guys would be freaking out. I'd be buying. Hopefully, you'd be buying. Would you be buying? Here's a question. So let's turn that mistake into a impromptu poll. Would you be buying if XRP had all of a sudden dumped to $1.05, $1.05 right now? Just making up a number there. But if it had dumped, north of what is that? Just from $2.30 to $1.05, would you be buying? I would be, absolutely. All right. Now obviously you can go, well, what happened, Austin? What would it mean? No, I'm just talking about if it just kind of all of a sudden just boom went down and no major thing, no cataclysmic announcement or anything like that. It just went down because the market moved down, etc. I'd be taking that as a massive buying opportunity. All right, we got Bitcoin up over $1. I cannot talk. 108,000. Mistake after mistake. All right, so here's the things we're going to talk about that are going on right now. This is a big week for crypto, as I said. So we've got U.S.-China trade negotiations are beginning today. This is a big thing, and you may not think that it impacts your XRP, but it does, because China and the U.S. are meeting starting today in London. So from our side, from the United States side, we have the U.S. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, big guy, big as far as like his position in the government. Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick, again, big, powerful man in the administration, if you will, and U.S. Trade Representative Jameson Greer. Representing China is Vice Premier Le Feng, a key figure in the country's economic policy making. Okay, so we've got quite a bit here playing out. Here's why this matters. When you're talking about crypto and you're talking about XRP, what moves the price? Well, we know that tariffs, anything having to do with tariffs, move the price. And this meeting right now is something that all eyes are on. It's part of the reason that you're seeing that crypto is up a little bit. There is some positive, I think, anticipation of what's going on. In fact, let's hit real quickly Yahoo Finance to see if we maybe have had any positive outcome. Job one and revived a handshake on rare earths. Okay, yeah. So this is what. So Trump is wanting a, quote, handshake on rare earth minerals. So this seems to be a major point of contention, is the rare earth minerals. And so let's jump right here and I'll show you what that is. So key flashpoints that are on the table. Again, this does impact your XRP because tariffs, trade relations, this is setting the stage for quite frankly, for future right here in the orange. This is going to influence market confidence, global supply chains, and investor sentiment in the weeks ahead. So this meeting happening right now, yes, this is an impact point or an impactor, an inflection point, if you will, on your XRP. It is also on your Bitcoin. Any major altcoin is going to be moved by this, either positive or negative. So if we get some positive movement out of this, for example, if we get a, quote, handshake, an agreement from China as it relates to what Trump really wants and the United States really wants, which is these rare earth minerals, then we could definitely see some positive momentum coming out of this. And so right here, this is the rare earth mineral exports. The U.S. claims China is curbing access to vital materials essential for high-tech industries and defense. Okay, so that's a big thing that we, the United States, our administration wants coming out of these trade negotiations and conversations. There's also an aspect of it having to do with semiconductor chips, with export restrictions and national security concerns on both sides. And then there's another conflection point, Chinese student visa. But I think it's these really this rare earth mineral exports and chip semiconductor supply chain issues that we're really looking at. Okay, so that's the big thing that begins today. Okay. So CPI data is going to be released on Wednesday. That's Consumer Price Index. PPI, which is the Producer Price Index, is going to be released on Thursday. And so we've definitely got a significant week with possibility of some market fluctuations and some issues, or quite frankly, possibly some positive coming out of this. We'll have to see when we start getting sound bites and content or information out of what's happening and out of today's London meetings with the U.S. and the China delegation teams. All right. So yeah. So bringing this back to XRP, you bet 100% this will and is impacting your XRP. And guys, we got to get XRP out of this pattern. You see this, this is a consolidation pattern that I've talked about. Quite frankly, I'm tired of talking about it because I want XRP to break out just like you. I mean, we had a massive breakout here where we went from, that 50-cent range all the way up to, that $3.38 plus range. We went up 480 to 500% in about 80 days. This was after Trump got elected, but also part of this narrative and part of the story here is what started really from here and has gone there. And for the last 186 days, we've been in this consolidating pattern. We've been really, it started around the 3rd or 4th of December of 2024. We started going sideways. XRP did. And you can see it right here. I mean, it's just plain as day, right? And so we need to really be kind of looking at when is this going to break out? And so maybe an impact point here around the China and the United States having these trade talks. If we can get final, saying that on 3 times on purpose, clarification and resolution around this, I think we can put this behind us and move on. And then the other major point that we got to talk about, and it's not happening this week, is the resolution of the Ripple v. SEC lawsuit. Wow, my hair has been. I was in my truck driving and I had the window down. There you go. Yeah, need a haircut. All right, so we got to get resolution there, but we don't have anything really new to discuss there. We're waiting to see how it all plays out with the judge. Remember, they effectively filed under the wrong claim or file number. It's like 16.2 or something. I can't remember what it was, but anyway. So yeah, so we got to get some resolution there. All right, so let's jump back over here real quickly before I let you go. Look, hey, I want to help you guys make even more money. So let's take a look at Ethereum. As there's really nothing much going on XRP, but like my software right there gave a buy alert to a sell alert in 85 days. That's 500%. So $1,000 bought here, sold here would have made you a profit of $5,120. Yeah. So that's one thing that my software works fantastically. It is a trading indicator. It runs on your iPhone, runs on Android, runs on your computer, anywhere you want it to run. It literally costs a little over $1 a day with the discount code down there. The link's in the description below, right below this video. If you're watching this video as X, the link's below this video as well. There's a 30-day, no questions asked, money back guarantee. The quarterly option is the best, and you have that 30 days. So you buy it up front, but if you don't like it, you get an instant refund the minute you ask for it. So you have zero risk here in this equation. And so that was XRP, but this is a more recent Ethereum. Look at this buy alert coming in right here. You see it in the lower left. 44 days later, there was a sell alert, 70% up. So $2,000 of Ethereum, bought here, sold here would have made you a profit of over $1,400. What would you do differently in your world if you had an additional $1,400 in the last 44 days? Or in the case of this XRP back when it just took off, and there, by the way, it's going to happen again. There's going to be a time when you could have made $5,000 in about 80 days. What would you do differently? Isn't that why you're here, is to make profit trading, buying and selling crypto? And do you know when to buy? And more importantly, do you know when to sell to make the most profit, like you're seeing on this chart right here, or like you're seeing right here on this chart for Bitcoin right here? Buy here, sell here, 49 days, 30%. It's telling you when to buy and it's telling you when to sell. Okay. And I'm asking you for about $1 a day. Literally. I think you spend more than that on a cup of coffee or stuff that doesn't make you a penny. So if you're here to try to make more money and make more profits, maybe give this a look. Okay. So links in the description below, right down there. Give it a look. See you.